Good morning guys, I'm here at Gruhn Guitars here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm going to be checking out all the guitars that they have in stock. I've always dreamed of coming to this guitar shop, so I'm so excited to check it out. So without further ado, let's go inside. Hello guys, welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury drum machines here in Nottingham, England. But today we're not in Nottingham, we're back in Nashville, Tennessee in America to visit Gruhn Guitars. As I mentioned in the intro, this is a guitar shop I've always wanted to visit. They have a plethora of different acoustics, custom shop electrics and vintage guitars. In this video we explore the iconic guitar shop as well as play quite a few different models. A big thank you to Dan Ryan for filming today's video. His Instagram is in the description down below. So without further ado, let's go to guitar number 1. So when I walked into Gruhn Guitars, I was met with a plethora of acoustic guitars, and the first one that caught my eye was this Lowden Es225 and it's a brand new model coming in at $8,185. These guitars are made in Northern Ireland, and they feature a cutaway, a Sitka spruce top and Cocobolo back and sides. It has a 25.5 inch scale length with an ebony fingerboard. Although I've not had that much experience with Lowdens, I found this very comfortable to play, so I tuned it in dadgad and I thought it sounded pretty cool, so let's hear it. This guitar was extremely dynamic and had a really nice sensitivity about it. It wasn't too loud in the room like a lot of Lowdens that I've played. It had a nice kind of mellow tone to it, and because it was a satin finish, it was very easy to play. So yeah, really cool. I'd rate this guitar a 7 out of 10. It's quite pricey, but it's a very nice piece of art when you see it in your hand. This guitar was extremely dynamic and had a really nice sensitivity about it. It wasn't too loud in the room like a lot of Lowdens that I've played. It had a nice kind of mellow tone to it, and because it was a satin finish, it was very easy to play. So yeah, really cool. I'd rate this guitar a 7 out of 10. It's quite pricey, but it's a very nice piece of art when you see it in your hand. Now it's time to go to the electric section and pick out guitar number 2. So guys, we've got a really cool Fender Telecaster to show you. This is a custom shop, limited edition. It's got a roasted maple neck, and I really like Teles with humbuckers in the neck. So we have that wide range humbucker, and then we have that bridge single coil. I'm not too sure on what the specs are for that bridge single coil, but my guess is a no-caster. But it's a double bound Tele. Very appropriate for Nashville. It's very nice indeed. It's got the reverse control plate as well, so like the modern wiring, so the volume closer to home and the switch is back. So let's hear it in action. The official name of this guitar is the Fender Custom Shop Limited Keightley Telecaster Custom Heavy Relic Chocolate 3-Color Sunburst New, and this comes in at a grand total of $5,775. It's an ash body with a heavy relic finish. We've got a quarter sawn roasted large seam profile maple neck with AAA grade 9mm rosewood fingerboard with a 9.5 inch radius. This guitar definitely had a unique voice. I really liked the humbucker in the neck. It had a really nice mellow tone, which was a nice kind of offset to the bright Tele bridge pickup. I did find the guitar slightly hard to play. I always find Teles a little bit hard to play just because of the bridge spacing and the bridge style. But once I got used to this guitar, I really enjoyed playing it. So let's hear a little bit more before we move on. I'd rate this guitar a strong 7 out of 10. I really like the tonal versatility, loved how it looked. It was a little bit hard to play, but with some great guitars, sometimes you got to battle with them. So yeah, 7 out of 10. And then Dan came in with this, a white Tele Deluxe, which is kind of similar to the custom shop one that I was playing, so we thought we'd do a comparison. So now we're changing it up a little bit. We have a Fender USA 77 Tele Deluxe. We've got a 3-bolt construction. And obviously Tele Deluxes are a little bit like Les Pauls in a sense. You've got 2 volumes, 2 tones, got a 3-way switch, you've got the humbucker in the front, single coil in the back. They're very interesting indeed. So let's hear what she can do. So as I mentioned previously, the full name of this guitar is the Fender American Vintage 2 1977 spec Telecaster Custom Rosewood. And this is an Olympic white finish and it's brand new. This features an older body with a transparent Olympic white finish, a C-shaped neck profile with a rosewood fingerboard, and this guitar just looks really cool, so let's have a listen to it. There's some noticeable differences between the two. This one has a lot more bass end, in the pickups they're not as bright, and this neck is a lot slimmer. It's also a little bit more plasticky to play, as this one has obviously a relic job, so it's a little bit thinner finish, and you feel like you're connected to the wood a little bit. So I'd take this one, but this is still a very good Tele Deluxe. We then went hunting for more guitars, and as I was wandering around the shop, I got talking to Gary. Gary's a staff member here at Gruhn Guitars, and as we got talking, he told me a pretty cool story about how he was reunited with his first guitar. So let's hear that story now. At the start, tell us the story that you told us again. So it was the, this was your first guitar, right?
That's right. That was actually my guitar, and this is Gruhn, and crazy things happen at Gruhn Guitars, and this is a guitar that I lost when I was a teenager. Unfortunately, it got gone and never to be seen again. When I first started working here at Gruhn Guitars, one day it just kind of hit me. I said, wouldn't it be strange if that guitar came walking in one day?
Yeah.
Oddly enough, a couple of years ago, a guy walks in with a ratty aftermarket Gator case. This guitar was in it. I didn't think too much about it because it's routine. You know, we see a lot of guitars here at Gruhn, but when I started looking closer at it, a couple of the guys came around wondering what I was looking at, and one of the most telling features is the crack. One of the tuners, spinning around here, is cracked right there. You can see it. That's a thing that drove me crazy when I was a kid, because I was like, this is going to break. But there are several other variables. The switch has been changed. That's not the original switch. I changed that when I was a kid. This is something I did that somebody tried to touch up. So that's a nick that I caused by banging into some speakers when I was a kid. And then there's some wear right here. My dad used to play left-handed upside down, so you know, why else would there be wear on this side?
I can really see that.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's cool.
And then the fact that,
like this.
that it came in with the ratty case. When I originally got the guitar, it did not have a case. So my 13th birthday present, a couple of years later, gets gone. Fast forward to me in my 50s, this guitar walks through the door, and we're reunited.
What a story. Yeah,
it is crazy.
That really is a happy
crazy,
ever after tale in it. It's amazing. But yeah, that's it.
That's pretty cool.
A massive thank you to Gary for sharing that tale with us. I thought that was a really cool story. But there's plenty more guitars to play, so let's get on with the vlog. Now it's time to have a look at a few of the vintage acoustics that they had here at Gruhn. So the first one that I picked up was this beautiful one from 1963. This is a Gibson J45 ADJ bridge. And it's pretty much original. It's been professionally refretted though, but other than that it still has the same bridge and all the other appointments, and this comes in at $5,000. The audio on this clip isn't the best, so I probably will leave it out, but it sounded pretty decent. It fretted very nicely, and that's probably because of the refret. But yeah, a pretty cool piece of Gibson history here. Again, the audio wasn't too good on this clip, so I'll dub myself here, but this is a Gibson Southern Jumbo coming in at a tidy price of $25,000. It's an original vintage from 1943, and it had so much pickwear. This guitar oozed vibe and had one of the biggest necks I've ever felt on acoustic. This was very cool indeed. Then something funny happened. I actually found the same guitar model that I own, the Martin OMJM 20th anniversary, so of course I had to play it and compare it with mine. Funnily enough, this guitar actually played very differently to my Martin. Although the same model from the same year, mine has a lot more wear on it and has definitely been played more, and it feels a little bit more open. This one felt a little bit more stiffer. However, I do feel like this was set up better for chordal playing, and mine's better for set up for like fingerstyle playing. So I guess it's just different strokes for different folks, I guess. But yeah, really cool guitar. Obviously, I love this acoustic. It's one of my favorites. So let's hear a few more tunes before we finish up. Now back to the electrics, I found this awesome vintage, so let's hear a bit about it. There's a 1957 Gibson Es225 TD, coming in at a very cool $5,000. So this actually has flat wounds on it, so this is going to be interesting for me to play. So this guitar absolutely oozed vibe. I love how this guitar visually looks. It's just, you know, a product of its time, a 50s looking guitar, P90 pickups, obviously the big kind of semi-hollow body. To me though, this guitar was very uncomfortable to play. I think it's mainly because of the flat wounds, and I've come to learn that I absolutely hate flat wound strings. I find them very hard to play on. That was why I had such a hard time with the Nighthawk that I demoed a few weeks ago. Maybe if this was set up with a normal set of strings, I might have got on with it a bit better. But personally, the tones weren't really doing anything for me. I wasn't a massive fan of this, so I'd probably give this guitar around a 4 out of 10 if I'm being completely honest. So that concluded our first day at Gruhn's Guitars, and I was so impressed by their acoustic and electric guitar offering. But we ended up coming back later on the trip as my friend Grant was visiting and he wanted to jam. So we decided to do a little cover of Knocking on Heaven's Door on 2 acoustics, so let's hear that now.
Go to the verse.
big thank you to Grant for jamming here. I really enjoyed playing with these two Martins. Make sure to give him a follow on Instagram. His Instagram handle's just in the bottom left corner. So guys, that's the end of the vlog. If you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like on this video and comment down below your favorite guitar. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when we make a new post. We really appreciate you guys checking out these vlogs. I'm having such a good time here in Nashville, Tennessee. These guitar shops are absolutely awesome. But I'll see you very soon for another episode. But until then, keep rocking guys. I'll see you soon.